Good day everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about geometric shape. Geometry is an important part of mathematics that help us understand the shape and structure around us. We can see geometry everywhere in building, arts, design, and even in nature. So, let's explore and learn more about the different geometric shape and their importance in our world. Objective: identify and describe different 2D and 3D shapes. Distinguish between polyhedra and non-polyhedra. Understand platonic solid, prism, and pyramid. Apply basic geometry concepts like asymmetry, translation, reflection, rotation, glide reflection. Defining geometry. Geometry is a branch of mathematics that studies the shape, size, position, and properties of figure and space. It deals with points, lines, angles, surface, and solids, and how they relate to one another. In simple terms, geometry helps us understand and measure the form and structure of objects in our world around us. Isometries. Isometries are geometric transformations that preserve the size and shape of a figure. This means the figure remains congruent to its original form even after moving, flipping, or rotating. The main type of isometries are translation, reflection, rotation, and glide reflection. For example, when a shape is moved to a new position without changing its size or angles, it is still the same shape, just in a different place. Four types of isometries: translation, reflection, rotation, and glide reflection. Translation. A translation is an asymmetry that moves every point of a shape that's the same distance in a same direction. It means the figure is slide from one place to another without turning, flipping, or changing its size or shape. So, reflection. A reflection is an isometry that flips a figure over a line called the line of reflection, creating a mirror image of the original shape. Each point on the reflect image in the same distance from the line of reflection as the corresponding point on the original figure, but on the opposite side. Rotation. A rotation is an asymmetry that turns a figure around a fixed point called the center of rotation by a certain angles and direction, clockwise or counterclockwise. The shape does not change its size or form, only its orientation. Glide reflection. A glide reflection is an asymmetry that combines two transformation, a translation followed by a reflection over a line that's parallel to the direction of the translation. It means the shape is first slid, move in one direction, then flip over a line.
So, what are the geometric shapes? So, geometric shapes are figures or forms that have specific size and boundaries, created by points, lengths, and angles. They are they are the foundation of the geometry and helps us to describe the physical and world through visual forms. These shapes can be two-dimensional like circles, triangles, and squares, or they're three-dimensional like huge shapes and cylinders. Geometric shapes are used in art, architecture, design, and everyday objects to represent structure, balance, and symmetry. So this is the two types of geometric shapes. We have two D shapes and 3D shapes, or two-dimensional and three-dimensional. So in the 2D two-dimensional shapes, these are these have length and width only. So just like rectangle, and in 3D or three-dimensional shapes, these are with length, width, and height. Triangle is a shape with three sides and three angles, and polygon, a closed shape made up with straight lines such as triangle, square, and pentagon.
Three-dimensional. Three-dimensional shapes, also called 3D shapes, are solid figures that have length, width, and height. Unlike flat, two-dimensional shapes, 3D shapes take up space and have volume. Examples include cubes, spheres, cylinders, cones, and pyramids. These shapes can be found everywhere in the real world. Polyhedra and non-polyhedra. Polyhedra are three-dimensional solid shapes that have flat faces, straight edges, and sharp corners or vertices. Each face of polyhedron is a polygon, such as triangles, squares, or rectangles. Examples of polyhedra include cubes, pyramids, and prisms. Non-polyhedra, on the other hand, are 3D shapes that have curved surfaces, stand of flat faces. They do not have edge or vertices like polyhedra. Examples of non-polyhedra include spheres, cylinders, and cones.
Next is the Platonic solid. It's a convex polyhedron whose pieces are all congruent convex regular polygons. None of its pieces interest except of their edges, and it has the same number of pieces that meet at each of its vertices. There are five Platonic solids. Next is Euler's formula deals with three-dimensional shapes called polyhedra. It shapes that f is the number of pieces, while the v is the number of vertices and e is the number of edges. This formula works only on solid that do not have any holes and do not interest itself. It cannot also be made of two pieces stuck together, such as two cubes stuck together by one vertex. The Euler's formula works on the Platonic solids.
Is a prism sa polyhedron whose sides are all flat. It has the same cross-section all along in length. It is a shape polygon. All the prisms are classified as either a regular prism because the cross-section of each is a regular polygon, or irregular prism because its cross-section is an irregular polygon. Next, pyramid is a polyhedron made by connecting a base on an apex. There are many types of pyramids, and they are named after the shape of their base.
Cone. A cone is a solid object that has a flat base and one curved side. It is formed by rotating a right-angled triangle around one of its siders. The siders is a rotate around is the exit of the cone because of its curved surface. It is a non-polyhedron. Cylinder. A cylinder is a solid object bounded by a curved surface and two parallel circles of equal size. The curved surface is formed by the segments joining corresponding points of the parallel circles. Because of its curved surface, is a non-polyhedron. Sphere. A sphere is a perfectly round object is three-dimensional space. It is a non-polyhedron because its surface is curved. It is a perfectly symmetrical with no edges, and all points on the surface are the same distance from the center. Torus. A torus is a solid formed by the revolving a circle around the line made by another circle. It is a curved surface and two edges, therefore it is a non-polyhedron.